Zachary Reinu. I'm here in downtown LA across from Olvera Street to give a preview of the new Main Street protected bike lane. Let's go. The Main Street protected bike lane was improved in November 2019. Now, Main Street has always had a bike lane, but as part of the Downtown LA Forward project, it got moved from a buffered bike lane to a protected bike lane. Now, previously, the bike lane used to be on the east side of Main Street. I have to wait for the light. Clear to go. That had a buffer all the way from 9th to Cesar Chavez, where I just started from. But just like when they did with Spring Street, they moved the lane to the opposite side of the street. When the Spring Street bike lane was put in November 2018, it was soon realized that a lot of people wanted to use it both ways, especially people on scooters. So, just hit my head on a tree branch. So to accommodate them, they decided that the Spring Street lane was wide enough that you could put it in two directions. So when the improvements came for the Main Street bike lane, they decided to make it two ways too, which benefits in some ways, but seems to be problematic in others. Right now, about 2 minutes in, and I'm about to cross the 101 freeway and to be in the heart of the government center. Now I'm kind of curious because I'm going against the regular flow of traffic here to see how well these lights sync up. As you can tell, there are some cycling specific signals up there that tell you when you or me are on a bike when we're supposed to cross. Okay. To my left, I remember this place always having the Children's Museum, but there's a blinking light, nobody's here. But one thing that I love about this is that Triforium. Very beautiful, very 70s, very underutilized. Now, this bike lane is about 1.5 miles long, and already, about 3 minutes in, I'm right across the street from City Hall. What's great is this bike lane now shifted right in front of the main entrance, so a lot of people will see a bike lane before they go in. Yes, I'm waiting. Now, another feature, hopefully this bike lane, is that I went over one of these tracks over here to cue the signal that a cyclist is waiting here. Well, there we go. All right. So, City Hall, right to my right is the mayor's office, which is on the 3rd floor. Kind of like a little behind that too is City Council chambers. Kind of has the power to put these things in. Now, these lanes were put under the direction of City Council member Jose Huizar, who has been a strong proponent of bike lanes. Not only being part of this project in spring, but also Figueroa. He added lanes on Alhambra Road. And we're very glad to see some protected bike lanes here in downtown. As I'm coming up over here, to my left is the new LADOT building, designed by world famous architect Tom Main. Oh, I can see that guy. And to my right is the newer LAPD headquarters. Okay, 5 minutes and I just turned to 2nd Street. Now, 2nd Street is one of the best ways to get across east-west, at least in this part of town, if you're trying to get to Little Tokyo or the Arts District. Even though there's no protection, it's a kind of a slow street. It also takes you by bicycle coffee. All right. Also coming up here on my left, let's see. It's interesting to see that the signals have all changed, and now there's these left turns that are signalized as well. Okay, here we go. To my left is St. Viviana's Cathedral, which is a historic landmark and has now become a hoity-toity restaurant and space where you can hold events. And of course, another huge structure just for parking on my left. Now, one of the complaints about this two-way bike lane is the fact that the direction I'm in is in the gutter. As you know, a lot of trash kind of collects in the gutter, kind of shortens your space, can be kind of problematic sometimes when you're getting around. So far, it's been relatively trash-free. Sometimes they have to get special machines to kind of fit in between the bollards. Now, what was interesting too was when the Spring Street lane first went in, they didn't put the bollards in, and you had a lot of cars that would go ahead and park in the lane. So far, with the bollards, I haven't seen people park here. I'm already about halfway through, so let's see how the other half goes. All right, to my right is a Ronald Reagan building. Pretty cool looking cyclist. It feels like I've got a flat, maybe just because the street is so much smoother. Now, kind of as we get closer to downtown, I've got someone up ahead. I don't think someone's supposed to be parking there. Now, kind of a one-off here that I'll bring up. If you ever see somebody parked in the lanes, one of the things you can do, there's a, not quite an app yet, but just go to safelanes.org. Take a picture, you can upload it right away, you can wait, but it will automatically mark down when and where you were when you took that picture. Some of the times most of the times actually, it'll add the license plate for you. Oh man, this person's gonna get a talking to. And you can report people, and then it'll create a database. Hello, thank you for being in my video. All right. Now we're to 5th Street. Right behind me is where Peddler's Creamery used to be. You can actually peddle part of your ice cream. Now, Spring Street is actually just one street over. So having two-way bike lanes back to back was kind of like a great way to move through. This was the old financial district over here too. So you'll see a lot of great architecture and details here on the buildings. All right? Hopefully it won't. To my left over here is the Nickel Diner. which I really like the eggs. Now as we come up on 6th Street, we're approaching the Pacific Electric Lofts, where Pacific Electric Rail used to have its downtown main station. On the first floor is Kohl's, which is in a battle between Philippe's, between who invented the French dip sandwich first. I kind of go back and forth between which one I like better. Probably whichever one I'm having. You see there's some trash in the road, which definitely backs why biking in the gutter is not cool. To my left is Hotel Cecil. You may know that from American Horror Story. I don't let my daughter watch that, but apparently it's scary enough to be on TV. As I reach 7th Street, this is kind of like the backbone of downtown. There are bike lanes that go across. There's a 7th and Metro station, which is probably the most crowded. Oh, here's another car. Crowded station because it serves the currently called the Red Line, the Expo Line, and the Gold Line. Oh, that's not cool. And now more trash. All right, so that's 2. I'm coming up on 8th Street, and what's interesting, I think I have a flat, is that Main and Spring Street converge up here, and that's why you're going to see a little turn. Actually, even though it looks like Spring is a street that continues on, it actually stays Main all the way down. We'll have enough air. Yeah, so maybe I got a flat because of all the debris in the lane. I'll make it through this block. Probably the best thing about ending here on this block is that to my left are the friendly and talented people of Roadrunner Bags. They make all their bags here in downtown LA, and Esther and Brad are 2 of the coolest people you'll meet. But as we're coming to an end here, I'll make a little circle, just to kind of half circle, to kind of show the Spring Street lanes that I'll go into and the nice little yellow blinking light. And boom, I can almost give you a tour of a whole other bike lane. Well, touring Main Street bike lane with all the adventures, this is Zachary Reiner.